All right. So a lot of you may not like this message. If you are in the spiritual community, you've been going deep and watching video after video about changing your reality, the law of assumption, the law of attraction, and all of these things to live a better life. And I have a message for you today that is going to be hurtful to the past version of you, but helpful to the version of you waiting for you to show up. And a lot of people talk about how to shift your reality, right? They say, hey, here's how you can change your reality or change your life in 90 days, or this one manifestation technique that brought me X, Y, and Z over 2 weeks, 3 months, 2 years, whatever. There is no technique that will work better than what I'm going to share with you in this video if you just accept it to be true and apply what I actually teach you. And then what I want you to do after you watch this video and apply it, you will see movement within hours. You will see movement within hours. And I want you to come back to this video and comment below what you shifted and what the movement was. Now, I don't want you to pay attention to the movement, because once you make the shift, you're not going to have to pay attention to it. All right. So a couple of things to tee this up for you to understand how this actually works. There's some foundational things that we need to know and accept for this to be true. And the one thing I will share with you that'll help this to be more effortless for you and more consistent in any practice that you decide to go with is that don't ask yourself, don't sit here and watch this video or any other video and try to figure out if what that person is saying is right or wrong, or if it's true or anything like that. What I want you to ask yourself, the lens I want you to put over your mind every time you're watching a piece of content, which hopefully this is the last piece of content you need to watch on shifting your reality. But the lens I would want you to view even this through is the following. Is this useful for me? How can I apply this? Right? You can only know if something is good or bad, right or wrong, useful or not for you through application. And you shouldn't apply something that at first glance and first feeling you don't feel is useful. And so same if you're watching this video and this does not vibe or resonate with you, then no matter what I say that it's not going to work, so you could just move on from this video. But if you're trying to intellectualize what I'm saying here or what any other teacher, coach, mentor says to you, then you're never going to get the experience. You need to embody it. And so we're going to break this down in understanding. The first thing is you need to ask yourself as you're watching this video, is this useful? The second thing is, and then we're going to get right into it, is that creation is finished. So there is nothing to create. There is nothing to change because everything is finished. And what you see around you right now is a snapshot of the reality that you've embodied through your inner self, that you've been paying attention to and giving energy to. And so what we're going to do is we're going to shift that reality. It's like my analogy for this, and then we're going to get into the practice. My analogy for this is like a movie theater. So I want you to imagine you're at a movie theater. Your whole reality is a movie theater. Everything in the 3D you see around you is the screen of space that is the screen that the movie is being projected onto. It's the movie the screen is being projected onto. And that which projects the movie is the light from the camera, right? It's the light. That is your source. That is your I am. That is your infinite self. And the content that is projected onto the screen of space around your reality, it's like a 3D movie is what you're in. A 3D experiential movie, okay? Which you imagine almost like you have a VR headset on and you're hooked up and there's these sensors, right? And I don't know if you've ever, shifting analogies, if you've ever driven or been like at an arcade where you're in the roller coaster thing or you're driving the car and like when you turn, it feels like it's actually turning, right? The same thing goes in this 3D reality, but except we have 5 senses that we get to experience through the screen of this 3D world. And so the first thing you need to understand, again, is that the screen of space around you is like the screen of a movie. The projector is yourself, the light, the I am, the all that is shining through this part, which is the film. This is the film strip. There's infinite number of film strips you can experience, and they all exist now. So for those of you who are stuck, it's because you're trying to change the film roll. You're trying to change the movie that's already been recorded. Like, it's like going into the movie, one of my favorite movies of all time, Interstellar. It's like trying to change the actor from Matthew McConaughey to Ryan Reynolds. Like, the movie's already filmed. That film roll's already shot. If I want to have a Ryan Reynolds experience, I need to change the film to Deadpool or to some other film that I want to experience, if that makes sense. And so understand that all is finished. And this reality is all it is your projection through the film strip that you've chosen through your conscious awareness, your attention, what you've paid attention to, onto the screen of your space and your reality. And if you haven't been able to change, it's because your awareness, your attention is engrossed onto the screen of space. So what we need to do, here's the exercise. We need to go back within to source, back to the film projector, into 4D imagination. So the screen of space is 3D reality around you. It's everything that is, everything you've experienced, everything you're paying attention to. We can't change that. It's like walking up to the movie screen at a theater and trying to like color on it or move it. Like, it's not going to change the content of the film roll. So what we need to do is bring our awareness back to the center, back to within, back into the 4D imagination, and silence yourself. Just experience the spaciousness within you and notice the thoughts you have, how you see them and you're aware of them, and so you cannot be them, as well as the space around you. If you lost a hand or a finger, you've lost a part of your body. Are you any less you than you are before? No. So you are not your body, you are not your thoughts. And so we need to disengage from the screen of space that we've been engrossed in and come back to the center, and then consciously with our imagination, through the first person perspective, change the film roll. So if you're experiencing a reality where you're always stuck, you're always seeking, you get close, but then something goes wrong, or you have bad luck, or things just never seem to work out for you, that's the film roll that you have in the projector that you keep paying attention to. So what we need to do to change that is to bring our awareness back to center, to silence ourselves, disengage from the habits and routines that you have every single day. You need to break the pattern. And maybe this video is the catalyst for you to break that pattern. And we need to go within and imagine what we would like to experience instead in the first person perspective. So that is step one of this exercise, is to disengage from the reality, silence yourself, observe the thoughts, observe everything around you within, and then go into your 4D imagination and change the film roll. And what you want to do is you want to focus on the end scene of the film roll. So imagine when you're imagining a movie, if you imagine that movie and you remember a part of the movie that's kind of midway through the movie, maybe it was a really exciting part, a really sad part, but that's the part you remember. In this case, if that's the part of your reality you focus on, then you may get there, but you may not get to the end result you're looking for. So what you want to do is roll the after credits of your scene. So imagine if you want to become a millionaire, okay? You want to become a millionaire, you want to be debt free, or you want to create a business that earns you $100,000 per month. You need to imagine the implications of your reality after that's already happening. Don't think of the $1 million. Don't think of the $0 balance on your debt. Don't think of the $100K month, because that doesn't imply that it's permanent, that it is always here, that it's going to continue going. Other things can happen through that scene. So I want you to imagine when a movie ends, they roll the credits, and then sometimes there's the after scenes. There's the little bits. There's the funny parts that everyone is sitting in the theater kind of waiting. The lights are kind of on, but some people are getting up, but other people know that this next scene is coming, so they stay there because they know, they have the assumption of understanding that the end film is coming up. The end scenes are coming up. And so the same goes to your projection of your new 4D imagination reality. The scene you should project should be well after the fact of the thing that you're looking to accomplish. Right? So if you're looking to find a spouse, find a partner, get married, it's not imagining the wedding day. It's imagining moving into your house with the newborn and setting up the baby's room, because that further well implies that we've been married. We've had the house. We're having a baby. So you have a happy relationship already. If we imagine too soon in the scene, it may change. It may end up being different. So that's a good exercise for you to be able to imagine past the end. So the next step. So once you do that, again, you disengage, you come to center, you go into 4D imagination and imagine the scene far past the end of what you want to have accomplished, and see it from that first person perspective, right? See it from that first person perspective and practice that over and over. A lot of people talk about, there's two camps. There's like, do it once, say it once and it's done. And then there's people who talk about robotic affirmation, do it over and over and over and over again. Depending on how you see this and what feels right for you, the only reason you would need repetition is because you haven't sunk it in deep enough experientially enough. But if the repetition feels good, you can do that. But don't do it as a means to the end, because then that's going to imply that you have to do something to get it, which will then put on the film of reality that you always have to be doing something to get the thing. And then that's always pushing the thing out. So you need to feel as if it's already done and live and act from that perspective. So once you've done that, you've come to center, you've imagined your 4D reality towards the end, of it happening from the first person perspective when you come out of that. Every time you come out of that, and you may have to do it multiple times for it to really hit experientially, you should come out of a meditation. Earlier, I came out of a meditation in the 4D. One of the things that we cover inside of Master Manifesto University is a 4D guided visual meditation. I came out of that, and I swear, I promise you, one part of that meditation, something came up on the screen of space. It was a text message from somebody. And it was like midway through the meditation. And then when that meditation finished, you really sit there with it, you feel it, you embody it, you live it as though it's now. When I got up with that and I was moving on to the next thing in my day, I had this urge to check my phone to see what they had texted me, but it wasn't there. It was so real, it was so visceral that I was actually believing that it happened. And I swear to God that happened. And so for you, that's how visceral these scenes need to be in your mind. And then from there, the affirmations can be to keep you on track. A quick reminder, like the other thing of this is like the self-talk that you have to yourself all day. So like imagine the things that you would say to yourself if you were in that position. Like, man, I'm so excited for this next client. It's going to be so much fun, right? Something subtle, but like your thoughts that happen in that version of yourself. So on the day-to-day basis, don't do robotic affirmations that are so outlandish. I make $1 million a month. I make $1 million a month. And then try to crush it until you finally just believe it. They have to be so visceral to you, this imaginal scene, and the thoughts need to be natural. So go to the next best natural thought to then be able to keep yourself on track and remind yourself of the scene already being done. Now from there, so that was a big first step, but like that's phase one, we'll call it. Phase one of being able to do this. Phase two is as soon as you come out of that, you take the next action that comes to you. This is going to make a lot of people upset because they say, oh, no action is needed. No action is needed, right? Well, the thing about the world we live in, the 3D reality, is that it is a physical world. Now, the physicality of it is actually just the densest version of mind, of spirit. And so it's not physical in the sense of like actual physical things. We all know, even on a quantum level, that this is empty space. The rate at which these atoms are vibrating and the space within it's 99.9999 bunch of nines % empty space. And that's been proven scientifically for our analyticals, for our scientific minds. So we know that to be true. But experientially, we don't experience it like that, nor should we. The reason we're here is to have this experience. And my analogy for you to help you overcome this disconnection from action, to help you overcome that is the restaurant analogy. So I want you to imagine that you have had a very, very, very long day. Like you worked all day. You couldn't quite get your lunch break. Maybe you do some really hard physical labor for your job right now, or you work with kids and even mentally, that is such hard work. And you've just been so busy but it's Friday. And so your partner, your spouse, your husband, your wife, you guys have this incredible dinner, this incredible date night planned at your favorite restaurant. Your favorite restaurant, it's literally the best thing that you've ever had in your life. And you are so looking forward to that meal because you had to skip lunch. You didn't have time for breakfast. You rushed out the door. You were so busy at lunch. So you haven't ate today. You were able to have a little snack, a little muffin to keep you going, but that was it. And so now you're looking forward to this date night. You get home, you shower, you get cleaned up, you get all dressed up wearing your favorite shirt. You put on your favorite heels, ladies. You're feeling good. You spray your perfume. You do your hair, men. You shave. You put on your cologne. You're feeling so good. You're about to go out with your number one person in the world, whether it's a first date and you're so excited about it, or it is your husband, your wife, your best friend that you love being with, and you guys are going to your favorite restaurant. Now, I want you to imagine you go through all of that. You sit down at the table. You get your menu. The waiter or the waitress hands it to you and they say, all right, well, welcome. Would you like to drink this? Cool, right? What would you like? Now, what would you like to order? And you say, ooh, you know what? I'm going to do the filet with a side of asparagus, medium rare. Okay, would you like any sides with that extra? You can add mushrooms to it if you like. Yeah, oh yes, the mushrooms, those are my favorite. And then for an appetizer, can we get those truffle fries? Baby, you want the truffle fries? Yeah, let's get the truffle fries. And then the waitress or the waiter takes your order. They say, all right, and you, ma'am? Perfect. They take the order. All right, anything else? Nope, that'll do. All right. If I could take your menus, they take your menus. And then they say, all right, you're all set. And then all of a sudden, you feel your stomach and you're like, oh my God, I'm full. Like, we just ordered. Like, the waiter or waitress says, nope, you don't have to take any action. The meal's already done. It's already in there. Like, what kind of experience is that? What is the point of this? We want to enjoy that meal. We want to taste the grease coming off of those truffle fries because we know based on our self-concept, that is not going to affect our health. That is good for us. We love that. The steak gives you so much energy. It's so juicy. It tastes so well. And the salad that you got as the appetizer was so light, so refreshing. But no, because you don't want any action in your reality, you're avoiding it. You just want this instant manifestation, do nothing. You sit down, order your meal, and then it's in your stomach. You guys, you need to understand that you get to experience actions. You get to experience this world. And so the next time you're trying to manifest something, understand you get to experience it. If it was all just instant and we didn't have to do anything at all, we may as well be spirit. Why would we have even came here? So we came here to create. We came here to experience. We get to have that life experience, you guys. But the thing is, though, when you do this right, when you do what we talked about in phase 1, the experiences you have and the action you get to take is so aligned. It is so much fun. You're seeking for the next best thing always. And you're asking yourself, how much better can it get? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. What can I do next? Because you're so looking forward to seeing how these manifestations unfold in front of you because you've created the scene. And now these, Neville Goddard calls it the bridge of incidents. These are unfolding in front of you. So there's nothing you need to do in the sense of trying to make it all work. You just need to do the next best thing for you, the thing that feels right, the thing that feels next, and then take the action based on that. If you do that today, you go through, you disconnect, you understand how this is everything of a projection of your imagination, of your mind, of what you've paid attention to, the way you think, felt, and acted in the past is reflected on the screen of your space. When you know that and you can accept that to be true, even if it's not, remember, good or bad, right or wrong, be like, that is actually a useful analogy for me to look at my world through. If we can accept that as useful and use that as a model for our reality, and then we can come back to center, go back into the camera roll that is projecting the light of our awareness through the film strip, and we can change the film strip out for a new one based on going into our 4D imagination and really living at that, being it here and now from the first person perspective and putting our conscious awareness on that. Over time, seemingly over time, that new film roll is going to be projected onto the screen of our space. But the only way we can experience that is if we disengage from this screen of space and we go into the new film roll and take the next best action based on what feels right in that moment. And so the next time you're looking to change and manifest new things in your reality, do this process. Take the next best action that feels right. It can be small. It can be going on a walk. And then when you're on that walk, you may have an idea come to you and you write it down. And then that's going to be an idea for a post. And then that post might go viral. And then you're going to get 4 new clients tomorrow. You don't know. You can't predict this stuff. All you can do is imagine it as if it's already real because it is. If it's already done because it is. And then enjoy the meal. Order your favorite thing off the menu and savor the meal of experience of your life. So if this was valuable to you, if you were able to apply this and see the shift as soon as you'd like, or if it took a little bit of time, seemingly in this reality, let us know down below in the comments what you were able to experience through this little exercise. And if you'd like to work with me, I've got some different ways I work with people down in the description below. More so if you're looking to manifest and create the life you love, create a new reality through entrepreneurship, business, online coaching. We apply the principles of becoming a master manifestor with the tactics, skills, strategies, and systems that allow you to build a business that serves you, that helps you become financially free in this 3D space of reality, will help you change the film roll to become the film roll of your highest version of yourself, and then set up the systems and the business stuff so that you can just focus on what you love and create the experiences you love. All of that's down in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.